Yep, you adjust your light as you want. You adjust your foot heaters and your shoulder heaters,
Oh, this is some
and
nice. This is some Cadillac stuff. Wish I had the
those things
172.
never work.
They never
They
work.
never work. They freaking foot heaters. I've never had them work on an airplane. So, um, and then you adjust your lights, and then keep coming all the way left. You're coming left down here. Make sure the MF for the inboard display. Make sure it's selected on MFD.
You
Your
guys.
FMC on auto.
Oh, this one right here. Okay.
Yep. Auto brakes to RTO, and then coming all the way left, all the way. Yep. Keep going. So I would normally, if the captain didn't do it, I'll select his QNH on the standby on the
Okay.
out.
Oh, on
And
one of
then
these right here.
yep.
Okay.
hmm
Is this considered an unemployment switch or?
Yes. Not really,
Because
because
that one
that
doesn't
one
look
you
too
can push
scary
in. It's on there just so that guys won't push it when
by
you're
accident.
below 82 degrees north. Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's on there so guys don't go. Pilots, we like to mess with buttons. Oh, what does this do? What
Yeah.
does that do? And basically, it will put the ND into true north, and we don't want that when you're below certain latitude. So,
Right. That makes
yeah.
sense.
In fact, at this point of the checklist of the flow, is you want to check and make sure that is in norm.
Right.
Yep. And then we come all the way down to the radio panels. Yeah. Okay. Oh, before we do the radio panels, just go up a little bit. Okay. Yep. Throttles. Make sure it's idle. Make sure speed brake is stowed. Make sure pitch trim is where it is in the middle.
Yep.
Um, some guys, and I do it. I do it too. I will lift the stab trims. Make sure that the cutouts are all the way in norm. I don't know. You don't have to do it, but it makes me feel good.
I don't think I can even. Yeah.
No,
It's.
no, not that.
Oh.
The red buttons.
Oh, these here.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's a good. I'd probably do that just to make
yeah.
sure.
But
Actually, I just want to show you this real quick that they went
sure.
through the painstaking process of modeling the fabric
Holy moly,
that goes across the throttles.
that is pretty damn cool.
Isn't that nice? I think even the speed brake does it. Yeah, speed brake does it.
That's cool.
I don't know how they did that, but that's a cool
I,
texture that I've always
I
liked.
I don't know how the hell they did that. Wow. Hmm. Ah, that's pretty good. Few control switches to cut off. Well, they better be. They better be at this stage. All right. So now we come to the left radio. We set it to the next frequency, right, with the active frequency, and then the
Right.
next one will go into the standby.
So
The
you
next
have
one
like
that we,
you'd have like the 8-ish,
yeah,
whatever you listen to, tower or ground and tower. Tower would be here, ground would be.
we'll put maybe clearance delivery and
Okay,
then
that makes
ground,
sense. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
As
then
you work up the process. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and the way we do it is you push the left, right knobs in, come back. Yep. Okay, center is off because center is always the A cars.
Okay.
So we leave it off unless you want to hit
Yeah.
all day.
No thanks.
So left, right, flight. At this stage, the speaker will be on because we're not using the headset. And for some reason, my company, this is ridiculous. This goes way back to L1011s. Here, they push the that marker beacon. They push it on.
Marker beat. I don't
Yeah,
even know what the
all the
marker
way
beating
to the
is.
right. Yep, down.
Oh,
One more
here.
down. Yeah, and then the button here for the ident.
Okay.
I don't know why they do it with the marker beacon, and doesn't have to be done, but they do it. It's just a feel-good switch. It goes back to the classic airplanes.
It's just
and
nostalgic for the.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes it feel good. So they just leave it there.
And you put the PA on and talk to everyone while you're doing all these things, right?
No, we don't want to hear them in the back. So now this radar panel is actually the regular 300 and 200 radar panel. Our ER is a little different. And this is the Dash 8. Actually, the Dash 8 has this radar panel as well. Uh,
The
so
47 one?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the 747 has this same radar panel. We only have that in our 300 and our 200. The 300 ER has something different. It's slightly different. Uh, so at this stage, whoever's flying, let's say you are the right, yeah, you're the FO, you're flying. So push in the middle there. Yep, it says right. You want to push it in, I think. Yep, yep, in. Yep, there we go. And then we set the tilt to 5 degrees nose up for takeoff. See, on our 300 ERs, they don't have tilt. Well, they do, but it's in auto. It's auto. Yeah. So you select that to 5 degrees. Perfect. You select the other one to 5 degrees as well.
I think that's 5. It looks like that.
Yeah. There we go. And then, yeah, I like to put weather plus turbulence, so you can push in the middle here. Go up. Yep, right there. Weather plus turbulence. Push those.
Didn't even know that was a mode.
Yeah, it makes me feel good, but the turbulence really don't work that well. Okay, coming down all the way down. All right, this is always the center radio is always ACARS, so it's in data. We don't do anything with that.
Okay, except for the marker beacon.
There you go. And then and then we set up that center radio the same way, but the guy who's sitting in the jump seat, he usually use that radio.
Okay.
So yeah, on long hauls we usually have 4 guys, so one guy will be sitting there. He's
right.
the one who changes that radio.
All so right. What would this be? Or oh whoa, that did something.
That would be, what does it say?
OBS auto. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just it's what it is in normal. No, we have the flight deck there. Why is that button there? Because we have the door.
Right.
Operate the doorknob. That's where that is. And move a little to the right. I think that knob for us is next to that floodlight.
Oh, okay. So it's just, I think they have this as their door lock button. Maybe it's this one.
Yeah.
I think they have that. They don't have a knob, and then they have this over here somewhere.
And we have a rotary switch for the flight deck door stuff.
Okay.
Because there's a way to actually let a guy in or deny if somebody puts the code back there.
Right.
You can select deny and it will just shut the system off. And
okay.
this whole horn evac thing here, ours is on the overhead panel as well. It's kind of weird.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ours is on the overhead panel. So now we go to the center FMC stack here, where we don't really do anything with it, and I still don't understand it. But most of the time, it's just for cabin. It's just who's talking and just the cabin stuff, right?
Okay.
We usually push the cabin in a phone. Yep. Yeah, that's how we have it normally.
Okay.
But if we want to do a satcom call or something, then you go back.
Conference call.
Yeah, right.
Menu.
You go to the menu, sat. Yep.
Oh, that one doesn't work.
But other than that, we usually leave it in the cabin. And then you go down the trim, make sure it's in 0. If it's not, you push the manual trim cancel, and it will set it to 0. Again, I always push it. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Make sure it's on 0. That's all.
Does this reset this quickly if I do this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like that? Okay.
Yep. And that's for the aileron trim. Again, nobody touches that, so.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was honestly there.
Don't be the guy that actually touches it.
The aileron trim. I'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, I fly DCS in the Hornet, and I'm used to aileron trim.
And then the next guy is all screwed up.
Does that manual trim reset these as well, or no?
Nope.
Oh,
it doesn't reset it. This actually, when you push it, you have to look at the yoke
Oh, you're kidding me.
and their displacement. Yeah, all the way on the yoke. You see those tick
Oh, it
marks?
actually turns.
It moves the yoke. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna
And
fly
then
just
this,
like this now.
and and then you look on the top. There'll be a zero indexer, and
I've
that's where.
always wondered why that is.
Yeah. And then
Aileron
it
trim.
stays in the zero position.
Oh, okay. Let me actually. I gotta go do more to the left then.
There we go.
Let's see, 'cause I mess it up. It's so close.
Yep.
Let's do like this.
Hey,
That should be okay.
I think it's good now.
Yep, that's perfect.
Yeah. So now we come back, set the right radio. Normally it's on 1215 is the active.
Oh, really? Okay. The emergency frequency?
Yeah, we normally leave that on 1215 for the active. And then at this stage we'll put the ATIS here in the standby. So if you need to listen to the ATIS, you can push it, you listen to it. Once you're done, you go back into 1215.
Is that just so you can monitor emergencies, or
yeah,
make sure it's not
we
transmitting?
always
Okay.
monitor
Okay.
every time. Yep. And then again, left, right, flight, speaker, and the marker.
Someone just has all of these on.
No, yeah, that one just.
That's the way you can talk
left,
from. Okay.
For the left, because that's where you transmit. We only transmit on the left.
Okay.
Yep. And then you come to the TCAS knob here. Since you're the right guy flying, you put it on the right.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. You put it on the right transponder.
Yep.
And then you set whatever
Code they give you. Yeah.
code you want. And at this stage, we usually put it on transponder now. In the U.S. and everywhere in the world now, they have ground radar. So
Right.
you put it on transponder, so you can it can transmit your position on the ground.
Okay. What is that? TA or is that exponder? Or expander?
Yeah, that's just a transponder.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't need TARA yet.
Okay.
Okay, and that should be it for the setup. Now it took us a while, but normally
Obviously,
all
just...
that should take less than 10 minutes.
And that's a pre-flight, that part of it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Just the PF doing his stuff.
Right. And the
Should
captain
take-
has to do his
By
stuff.
the time the guy who's doing the walk around comes back, you should be done.
Right. Okay, so it's about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
Somewhere around there.
Yep. 10, 15 minutes.
This guy's still walking outside.
Yeah. He's still walking.
We have a lot of time, don't worry.
Yeah.
So when do your weights get plugged in here? That should have already been done before. I just missed that.
So, about 30 minutes before departure, dispatch will send out a preliminary load sheet.
Okay.
Once the preliminary load sheet comes up, we have already used the weather to get our RTOW. So we already printed out our performance sheet.
Okay,
Right.
so they'll let you know, and then you plug in
Yeah.
when they give it to you. Okay.
Yep. Actually, 30 minutes before departure, we get a zero fuel weight, the
Right.
final zero fuel weight. So we use the final zero fuel weight to get our performance. And then departure time minus 20 is when the prelim comes, the preliminary load sheet will come at that time.
Okay.
Yep, so we go back into the guy hopefully would have been back already.
He's still walking.
Around.
He's going to Denny's.
Yeah, so he when he comes back, sits down, he'll do exactly what you just did. He'll do the FMC, he'll do his yes.
Oh, so they're not linked.
What?
The FMCs, you gotta input them manually.
Oh,
both
they
each
are.
one?
Everything you do on the right side.
It's gonna be on the left hand side.
indicated on the
Okay,
left.
yeah, But he's gonna
But he's
verify
just
and he's
checking.
gonna.
He's
Okay.
just checking. Make sure everything is done.
And then he can shut his screens, do all that stuff the way he likes it, and.
Yep, exactly how he likes it, and he'll set his up, and then he'll also do the panels, right? Just like we did. He'll do the panel,
Right.
and then when he finish, he'll tell you that I have flown. I've gone around.
Okay.
And then as soon as he says that, then you go, okay, pre-flight checklist.
And then that's when you pull up the.
Yep, the checklist.
Is it this short?
And
That's it?
Hey, my daughter is pushing buttons over here. Believe it or not, that is almost the same as ours. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments. Yep, we do the heading and the altimeter. And then there's one. No, there's yep, and the parking brake. That's it. We don't have the fuel control switches.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be off.
You better hope.
Yeah. And then that's it. So we do the pre-flight checklist, and then after that we don't do the before start checklist yet. Now we input the data in the FMC. So you have
okay.
your weights and everything, right? So
Okay. You go back to your takeoff speeds and do all that stuff.
yep, yep.
So I have all this set.
The PF will be reading it out. The PM will be typing.
Okay. So the PF will read off like the load sheet or whatever the sheet they're using, and
Yep.
then okay.
Exactly. So usually we just get a zero fuel weight. We put the zero fuel weight in there. So I'll say zero fuel weight, final zero fuel weight is 450.6. So he'll type 450.6, and then he'll tell me the takeoff weight minus. You see what the gross takeoff weight here is?
Yep.
Minus our taxi fuel. On the ER, the taxi fuel is 700
pounds.
So, 700 kilos.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep.
what?
I only deal in kilos, buddy.
That's like 1,400 pounds.
Yep.
Jeez.
So he will read the
that's my airplane's empty weight.
Exactly. So whatever he sees there minus the taxi, and then me being the PF, I'll say thrust limit, and then we both push the thrust limit button.
Oh, so you're all on the same page. That makes sense.
Yep. We both push it, right? And then I'll say, for instance, we've got takeoff with assumed temperature of 38 degrees, right? So he'll type 38 degrees.
And that goes in the cell AP, or that goes in the
one left.
One left. So.
Yep.
That's sorry. Say again. That's true air temperature. What do you use again?
Now, because of the performance, right?
Oh, okay.
If we can, we derate the engines.
Right.
Right. So most of the time we do that.
Okay.
So we're tricking the engines that it's actually 38 degrees outside instead of 1 degree. So it actually puts out less power than full power. Yep.
So
38
right
degrees.
there.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why. Okay, that's how that works.
Yeah, that's all it's doing is we're tricking the airplane that because of our weight, we don't need full power for takeoff.
So is that like the FADEX system, like, or I don't know what system it'd be, but the system was like you're getting this much power, but if you tell the system, hey, it's this degrees outside, it's only going to give you that much power from the system.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because right now it says 1 degree. It will give you at 1 degree what the full thrust rating will be.
Right, just max power. Okay.
Exactly.
And so you trick it's like less dense air, and okay, that makes sense.
Yep. So we're tricking it that it's warmer outside, so it will give you less thrust.
And I saw that switch to climb 1 automatically.
Yeah, because it's a very low thrust.
Okay.
Right. So when it's lower thrust, it will go to climb 1 or climb 2.
Okay.
So because you don't need that much power to climb.
Right.
Except on the 747, when it goes to climb 1, when you're really low, sometimes we do takeoff 52. The takeoff thrust is actually less than our climb thrust.
Wow.
So when we get to the climb, It adds
It
power.
adds power. Climb.
It's weird. Yep, yep. You get to climb. It adds power. It's like backwards. But I've never had that on a triple.
Thing's so powerful.
So at this stage, after you put it in, the PF will look up a little bit, go up to the center MFD there, ND. There you go, the center one with the engine. So the PF will go, okay, D rate takeoff 38 degrees.
Right.
Target N1 is 94.6. And then you come to the FMC, 94.6.
0.6.
Climb 1 is on.
Yep.
That's the way we do it.
So you're
And
announcing
then,
everything, just verifying.
and then he'll say takeoff page. And we go to takeoff page 2 first. We kind of do things backwards because we're who we are.
Okay.
So we go to page 2, and then you say engine out 1,000, acceleration height is 1,000, climb 1, 1,500 feet, dry.
Yep.
And then you go to the next page. Flaps, let's say 5. Yep. And say trim is 24%. And then you reiterate runway 16 left, and then you check the RTOW, make sure you have 16 left performance in your hand.
Okay.
And then you go V1, 147, VR, 153, V2, 161. And then once you're done, you go up to the glass shield now. So you said V2, 161.
You said in 161 here.
Yep, 161. And then now you put LNAV, VNAV. So you look at yep, you look there, and you say LNAV, VNAV arm, and then you go across on the glass shield.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yep.
On the glass shield, heading 173, altitude fly level 330.
That's probably not too often you get that one.
No, never. And then you come back down again, and you put the VNAV, you push the VNAV page. Yep. And if there's a speed restriction, now, like I was telling you about Hong Kong, we used to put it here in the speed restriction button here, right? But nowadays, guys put it in the Lex page. Now we put it in the Lex page so you don't have to do anything, any modification there.
Okay.
But if your speed schedule is different, you will put it in the speed restriction part right here.
I'll just do 250/10,000. I don't know what that
That's
is,
already
but...
there. That's
it is?
already there.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
It's gonna do it. You see the speed transition?
Oh, yep. I see that up just above it.
Yep, that's there. Okay, and then we go to the next page. All right. It's only recommended 250. My God. So we're going to fly level 3. No. What did we put?
330. Yeah.
Okay, 330. Our max is 383. Optimum is 377. And it should be recommending about 370 at this stage. I don't know why it says 250. It should say about 370. All right.
I really hope my computer holds all the memory. I'm just scared the video's gonna be like out of memory.
So once that's done, you're finished.
Okay.
All right? You're finished with the setup, with the FMC setup. So you're sitting around, the guy comes in, he says, okay, captain, passengers are all on board, can I close the door? He said, okay, close the door, bye-bye. They close the L1 door, and then you call for pushback. All right.
Oh, I can do that now? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'll just have to I'll have to quickly just organize the airport because I'm probably in a small area, but I'll just quickly see if this will work.
Mommy's calling you. guess all the other stuff's gonna have to go, huh?
Guess we'll go nose left. Let's see where am I taking. Nose right, actually. Oh well, we picked left now. Whatever.
Okay. So we got clearance to push back. Now you direct the PF. You just give him a sign. Said, okay, ready to pressurize. Oh, I'm sorry. The PF will call the ground crew. Hey, ground of flight deck to ground, and the guy will come on. Um, confirm that all those are checked, closed, and locked, and confirm we're clear to pressurize. The guy will say, all doors checked, closed, and locked, clear to pressurize.
Okay.
Okay. So so you look at the other guy. You said, okay, pressurize. All right. So now he goes to the right electric demand pump to auto. Yep. And then you go to the center electric 1 and 2. No, not that those. The one on the top. There you go. On, and then come to the left demand pump to auto, and then the last one will be the middle one. Demand. Yep, the middle demand pumps come to auto. The reason we do that is to minimize fluid transfer.
Okay.
Because if you just go ahead and you put them on like left, center, right, the system can actually bleed fluid from one system to the other. They are interconnected. Okay, so we do that so the system will actually maintain its fluid level.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, once the hydraulics are done, we go to the fuel panel.
Yep. And we're getting pushed back as well.
Oh shit, we're pushing back already.
Yeah, it's I accidentally hit the brakes, but
Oh, okay.
we don't have any center tanks, so I think it's just the lefts and
That's
rights.
all right. Yep. So you put the those pumps on. Yep. The main tank pumps on. Yep. Beacon on at this stage, and then come back down. Hit recall. That's the last thing you do, and then the PF will say before start checklist.
Okay, we'll just run through this.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep,
Yep.
yep,
Yep. Yep.
yep, 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 and yep. We didn't do trim, but we'll do that. Don't do this in real life.
Nope. Nope. So you get the nod that you're clear to start, right?
Right.
So you're the right seat guy. You tell, we'll put that in engine.
I'll quickly do the trim just so I feel good about myself.
The trim, it's actually right there on your pedestal.
Oh, you could just do it here.
Yeah, those. Right there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's an engine.
That's where the PF sets it.
Oh, they got both sides too. Okay.
No, you just set it on one side. It duplicates.
No, I'm saying the readouts on both. I'm talking to myself. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So we're clear to start engines. You tell the guy to start the engine. So usually, whatever in the ER, whichever one you want. Yep, start the right. He says start in the right. So he pushes the right start, and then the PF will put the fuel control switch to run.
And they're automatic, just like the 478. You put them up and it works.
And they just start automatically.
Okay, that's nice.
Once you actually turn the start knob, they start turning.
Right.
And then, but again, sometimes you forget, right? It would just keep running. Without the fuel control switch and run, it won't add fuel.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So once you put the fuel control to run with the GE right around 33%, 32.8%, fuel will be introduced. And then you see the EGT taken away. Yep. Once go up a little bit, once the start limiter goes away, that means the engine is already started. Right?
Okay. Yeah, and you can hear that little click of the starter cutout,
Yep.
and we're good
the
to go.
starter cut out, and then the limit goes away, and then you tell the guy start the left.
Okay, so we like starting one, and then he comes up here.
And then the PF will turn that on. There you go. Starting the engine.
I like how they had to write that just to remember or remind the pilots what they're
Just to
flying.
remind guys.
Yeah, like you're in the 777.
You know, on the 7.5 and the 7.6, the only way you actually knew which airplane you were in, Boeing made the 7.5 you step down. On the 7.6 you step up.
To the cockpit.
Yeah. The cockpit is a little higher than the regular level in the 7.6.
They could have just wrote that there.
And
Solve their whole problem.
on the 7.5 you go down.
That's interesting actually. Yeah, going down.
Yeah. So, yep, that's gone. You've started already, and you tell the guy stabilize. That's how he knows that he can do his after start flow.
Okay.
Um, that's my company being English.
Right.
So you say stabilize, and then he goes up to the overhead panel.
Yep.
Turn the AP off.
I'll get a better view. There we go.
There you go.
APU comes to off.
Off. And then here is where we select the engine and the ice. If it's less than 10 degrees on the ground, you will select them on, right?
It's +1.
With visible moisture.
Okay, so I don't.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing today. I don't think.
Nothing out there. It's not
Yes.
snowing. It's not raining. So
Yep.
it can stay in auto.
Okay.
In a clear, beautiful day. They stay
Does
in
auto do a good job of it, or do you still usually just turn them on for safety?
Oh yeah, we will turn them on.
You turn them on. Okay, so auto's
yeah.
kind of just.
If it's 8 on the ground, they don't work. Right?
Oh, okay.
On the ground, they don't work. So you actually have to turn them on physically on the
Okay,
ground.
and then in the air, it's pretty much auto the whole time.
Yes, and then after takeoff, after takeoff flow, you put them in auto.
Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting to know. It's good
The
to know.
ice detector will take care of that in the air, but on the ground, you can't. The ice detector doesn't really know that it's snowing out there. Yeah, so you have to do it on the ground.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So the NEI switch, we've done that, and then he'll come back down to the flaps.
So
As soon as he reaches
Sorry, go ahead.
reaches for the flap, the PF will say flaps 5, and then he'll put it to flaps 5. All right, and then he'll push the recall cancel switch. That's the last thing you do, and it should say yep, say TCAS off. He'll say TCAS off, and I'll say check cancel, and then you push the cancel switch again, and that goes away. The reason why it says TCAS off is because it's not at TARA.
Right.
Yeah.
What is do you know what TARA stands for? Is it traffic?
It's TA stands for traffic advisory,
Okay.
and RA is resolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this stage, the guy flying will tell the ground, okay, we have 2 engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. Thank you very much.
Well, that guy left a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly.
He's already back at the gate.
On the left. Hand signal somewhere, and then
thumbs up. I'll give myself a hand signal.
that's it. And now the PM calls ground for taxi.